Kristen Jacobson.
Hey everyone, I'm Kristen, the anxiety therapist, and I'm happy to be back with all of you after taking several weeks off. So I hope all of you had a happy and healthy holiday season and start to the new year. I personally was back in Philly where I grew up. Prior to the holidays, we celebrated my mom's 70th, and then we were local here in Chicago for Christmas and New Year's, which is always preferable. You know, just kind of a low-key holiday, not having to travel with all the chaos that brings. So I hope everybody had safe travels if you did go somewhere. So my last video talked about New Year's resolutions and how I'm really not a fan of them because I think they often set people up for failure and disappointment. So what I wanted to do for this video was talk about intention setting. And we're in the second week of the new year. This is when most New Year's resolutions start to go downhill. So when the year starts, we're really motivated and we have all this gusto to go on this self-improvement binge. And oftentimes, at least with most of the clients that I work with, kind of bite off more than we can chew, right? And it's not sustainable. So by week 2, that's when most people start to see the decline in sort of following through or holding themselves accountable for their resolutions, and then you're sort of back to square one. So I want to talk about a little bit of a different approach, and that is intention setting. And this is something that you do really on a daily basis, and your intention doesn't even have to be the same each day. So let me give you some examples. One intention might be to eat more mindfully. This is one thing that I've recognized I really struggle with because I am often finding myself rushing through meals. And this is due to a lot of factors. So I used to do a lot of crisis assessments as a therapist. And so I was often running from one crisis call to the next, and I would have to eat in my car while I was driving. I also have 2 young kids. And so I feel like, it's constantly trying to keep them in their chairs or to get them more of something or get them milk or whatnot. And so there's just this tendency for me to rush through meals, dinner especially. So an intention that I've been setting is just to be more mindful of how I'm feeling during those meals and to just really remind myself to slow down and enjoy the food that I'm eating and really have it be more experiential versus just something to rush through. So mindful eating, that could be an intention for the day. Another intention I've set is to be more patient with my kids. I would love to say that as a therapist, I am always cool, calm, and collected and know the right thing to say, and that's total BS. We all lose our sometimes, myself included, and it's very easy to do when you've had a long day of work. So one intention that I've been setting is just to, when I pick the kids up from school, just to really be more mindful of how I'm responding to them and be more present with them in whatever it is that we're doing. So some intentions that, I've heard other people set each day or things that you might be interested in are to drink more water. A lot of people don't drink enough water, which is, sort of this basic human need that we often overlook and neglect, but it has a tremendous impact on our mental, emotional, and physical health. Another intention might be to use social media more responsibly. A lot of times we'll just lose hours even of time scrolling through our feed or looking things up. And so just being more intentional about, okay, I'm going to sort of limit myself to 30 minutes of social media today. So just think about that. Now that we're in week 2 of the year, try not to set these like grandiose goals or resolutions. Really what we want to focus on is those small habit changes and just being more intentional each day. And whatever form that takes, whatever makes sense to you is what you go with for that day. So I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear what some of the intentions you came up with are, ones that you've set in the past or that you might set in the future, and how it's going for you. I always love to hear from all of you about your own experiences, and that also gives me some good feedback to branch off from when I'm creating content, just to know kind of what's resonating or what your interests are or kind of what information you're seeking. So anyway, I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next time.